Rain hammered against the windows like furious fists the night Luca Vitali murdered my father. I stood paralyzed in the doorway, watching crimson spread beneath his body, my father's vacant eyes reflecting the lightning outside. Then I saw him, Luca, the Vitali heir, his gloved fingers still curled around the smoking gun. Our gazes collided. His dark eyes burned into mine, not with triumph, but something far more dangerous, recognition. The air crackled between us, thick with the scent of gunpowder and something electric, primal. My pulse roared in my ears, but I didn't scream. Didn't flee. I memorized him instead, the razor-sharp jaw shadowed with stubble, the smirk that promised cruelty and pleasure in equal measure, the way his inky hair clung to his forehead, damp from the storm. Hate coiled in my gut, hot and vicious. But deeper still, beneath the rage, something else stirred. Something that terrified me more than his gun. I swore vengeance that night. I never imagined it would feel like hunger. The funeral dirt still clung to my hands when I made my move. A new identity. A manufactured past. A heart carved from pure vengeance. I walked straight into the lion's den, the Vitali family's inner circle, with poison on my tongue and a knife strapped to my thigh. Luca was everywhere. His presence filled rooms like smoke, thick and suffocating. That deep voice curled around commands, making even hardened men flinch. When those obsidian eyes first found me across the crowded casino floor, my breath caught. He knew. I saw the amusement flicker in his gaze as he took in my disguise. I braced for the bullet. The blade. The brutal end my father got. Instead, he offered me a job. "Welcome to the family," he murmured, his lips brushing my ear as he handed me my fake ID back. The bastard had corrected my forgery. That's when I understood, this wasn't mercy. It was the beginning of a much more dangerous game. I wore the dress like armor, black, clinging, deadly. The dim light of Luca's study cast shadows across his face as he leaned back in his chair, watching me with those predator's eyes. He knew why I was here. And yet, he let me come closer. "You're playing a dangerous game," he murmured, his voice rough like gravel. I trailed a finger along his desk, circling him like prey. Maybe I like danger. His lips twitched. He didn't move as I stepped between his legs, my hands resting on his shoulders. My pulse roared in my ears, but my fingers didn't shake. I leaned down, my lips a breath from his. This was it. The moment I'd drive the blade hidden in my sleeve straight into his heart. But then his hand caught my wrist, gentle, almost tender. His thumb brushed over my racing pulse. "You're not ready," he said softly. Before I could react, he stood, his body pressing against mine for one electrifying second. Then he stepped back, leaving me cold. "When you finally decide to kill me," he said from the doorway, "make sure you mean it." And just like that, he was gone. Every day under Luca's roof was a test of will. His lingering stares burned through my defenses, his mocking smiles a constant provocation. He enjoyed my hatred, fed off the fire in my eyes whenever he entered a room. That night in his office, he trapped me against his desk, his body caging mine. "You're terrible at pretending," he whispered, calloused fingers tracing my throat. "I see how you watch me when you think I'm not looking." My palm connected with his cheek before I could stop myself. The sharp crack echoed through the room. Luca just grinned, licking the blood from his split lip. Then he crushed his mouth to mine in a kiss that tasted like violence and desire. I bit him, he only deepened the kiss, hands gripping my waist hard enough to bruise. The worst part? My body arched into his touch, betraying me completely. When he finally pulled away, his smirk told me everything. He knew I was already lost. The revelation hit like a bullet to the chest. My father hadn't been innocent. He'd betrayed the Vitales. Stolen. Killed. Luca's gunshot hadn't been murder, it had been justice. When he cornered me against the wall that night, his body pressed flush against mine, I trembled, not from fear, but fury. "You knew," I choked out, his breath scorching my skin. "From the first second," he admitted, lips grazing my pounding pulse. "Then why keep me here?" His grip turned bruising. "Because I wanted you to look at me," he growled, "and see the man who'd slaughter empires to keep you, not just the one who ended your father." The confession tore through me. This changed everything. I should have stabbed him. Instead, I fisted his shirt and dragged his mouth to mine, because hatred and desire had always been the same damn thing between us. Every rational thought screamed at me to run, to vanish into the night and never look into those dark eyes again. But my feet stayed rooted. My hands reached for him instead. Luca Vitali was destruction personified, my father's killer, my soul's tormentor, the only man who'd ever seen through my lies to the broken thing beneath. When war erupted between our families, when gunfire shattered the night, it wasn't vengeance that spilled from my lips. It was his name. He fought like a demon, his body shielding mine as chaos raged around us. Blood slicked his knuckles, his suit, my skin. I should have reveled in his wounds. Instead, I pressed my mouth to them, tasting salt and iron and something dangerously close to devotion. "You're mine," he snarled against my lips, a claim and a curse. And God help me, I was. Love and hate had always been twins. Now they bled together, indistinguishable, as the world burned around us.
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.